Hi, this is the Utah Defender, and I have questions for the news media in Utah, and here they are. Number one, why did the news media in Salt Lake City continuously attack the family, and why do you make the mother, the husband, their family out to be lunatics, saying that she and the family are sovereign citizens when they are not? That is tantamount to defamation of character. But you guys keep trying to put that picture out there to the citizens of Utah, making them like they're the perpetrators of the death of Chase Allan, when in fact it's the police department that pulled the guns out and murdered and assassinated Chase Allan. Number two, why do you, the news media, and especially KUTV, not reveal that Matthew Jacobson is, and I'm alleging that, in your employ to KUTV and is related to Sergeant Taylor Jacobson, the one of the officers that murdered Chase Allan, and that is your motivation and reason you are so hell-bent on attacking and destroying an innocent family and making them responsible for the death of their son, Chase Allan. Number three, why is it that you have exposed all the names of the Allan family and you have never reported one name of the Farmington police officers that murdered and assassinated Chase Allan? Number four, why is it that the news media never has reported the assassination shot to the back of the head of Chase Allan by Kyle Carey? Number five, why is it that you have never reported that Chase Allan never pulled out his gun and pointed it at anyone during the traffic stop? Nor is there any camera footage of it. They could even doctor that, because unless they would have gotten an actor to do it and phonied it up like they did all the other tapes. Number five, why is it that you never reported that Chase Allan never pulled his gun and pointed it at anyone during the traffic stop? Sorry, I repeated that. Number six, why is it that the news media said that Chase Allan never complied with Justin Butcher? Why didn't you say that he was polite, monotone, and cordial during his entire encounter with the number one murderer of himself, Justin Butcher? Chase Allan stated he didn't answer questions, which is our Fifth Amendment right, in a very nice manner, not to self-incriminate yourself, that Chase Allan tried to explain the laws, why he didn't have a driver's license and license plate on his car in a cordial manner, that when Chase handed Justin Butcher his passport, he was identifying himself and was complying with Justin Butcher demands. And at that point, the dumbass Justin Butcher should have gone back, verified his information, date of birth, and then wrote him a ticket and let him be on his way. That's where it should have stopped. But no, this dumbass Justin Butcher wanted to kill him and murder him. That's what I am alleging. Chase Allan stated he wasn't going to answer questions. Our Fifth Amendment right gives us that right, not to self-incriminate. And Chase tried to explain the laws. That when Chase Allan handed Butcher the passport, he was identifying himself and was complying with Justin Butcher's demands. And why didn't any one of those in the news media tell their viewers or readers that it was Chase Allan that opened his door? The police didn't break his window. He complied. He opened his door. He stuck his foot out. And then they yelled, "Gun, gun, gun," and they murdered him. And it was all done under bodily injury, that he was demanded to open his door. And you know, he didn't have to come out of the car because there was no probable cause he was a threat to him. He didn't exhibit any hostility or threatening words. And the dumbass police chief, Eric Johnson, tries to use the fact that he says we're going to have issues as a threat. That's bullcrap. He didn't have anything else, so he was reaching for straws. Number seven, why didn't the news media tell you that the only reason that Justin Butcher and Taylor Jacobson could demand Chase Buller out of his car was under the probable cause that Chase Allan was demonstrating a physical threat to Justin Butcher, which the video never displays that he was ever a threat to the cowardly police officers in word or actions, as cited in Pennsylvania versus Mims. But they violated his civil rights in demanding him out of the car, and definitely violated his civil rights in murdering him. Just because the lowlife Justin Butcher saw a gun holster and never saw a gun, nor one pointed at anyone, this is grounds for first-degree murder, that when he yelled, "Gun, gun, gun." Justin Butcher and all the police officers that shot at and murdered Chase Allan committed first-degree murder. Why didn't you report that, news media? Why didn't anyone of the news media ask or been able to show proof where on any of the police body cams that Chase Allan pointed his gun at anyone, because he never did. But the news media never told their audience this huge material fact, nor does any body cam show Chase Allan pointing a gun at anyone. But why? You in the news media never reported this. It's important, because if he had pointed his gun, then it's a different ballgame. But because he didn't, they committed first-degree murder. But the news media never told you that. Why didn't anybody of the news media search over the videos and realize that the Farmington police planted a gun next to the transmission well, as I was able to prove in my videos, to make it appear that Chase Allan had taken out a gun, when in fact the Farmington Police Department tampered with evidence, which is a felony. They planted the gun there. Why didn't the news media report that in a follow-up report to their viewers or readers? Why? That is so significant that, number one, he never pointed his gun, and number two, they put that gun there. And in my videos, it shows the gun was never there in the first place when they pulled him out. They took the gun and planted it there to make you think that there was a gun. But your news media never told you that, did they? They didn't want you to know that. Why did the news media not tell you that, the public, that there was a total of 3 dispatch backup calls before Chase Allan was followed into the post office, one of which was only 4 blocks away from the post office, where another police officer at Farmington tells the murderer, Justin Butcher, that he was right behind him. This clearly tells us why 6 officers of Farmington Police Department showed up so fast on the scene in under 3 minutes. This never happens this fast in real life. And it is alleged that Chase Allan's murder was a premeditated murder, and that it demonstrates they were hunting the Chase family on the streets of Farmington. But no, you guys in the news media never wanted to talk about that, did you? Why didn't anyone of the news media tell how quick all sequence of the events took place? First, it only took 16 seconds for the dumbass Justin Butcher first tapped on the window of the car to call for a 4th backup, and it only took 27 seconds to detain Chase Allan, and it took 16 seconds to call for backup. You can't tell me these actions of Jason Butcher weren't premeditated and planned out long before the traffic stop ever took place. I believe and allege this was a premeditated murder of Chase Allan. And most horrific is the fact that Chase Allan was shot to death in only 3 minutes and 27 seconds after the initial stop and contact by the murderer and dumbass Justin Butcher. All because of an empty holster with no gun in it, and because a complying young man was targeted for death by the Farmington Police Department. Number 14, why didn't anyone tell the news media that the judge, John Carl Inowski, allowed the sheriff to disrupt Diane Allan's hearing by allowing Chase to be arrested for a phony warrant that wasn't even Chase Allan, but for a different Allan, and that the judge was prejudiced towards Diane Allan because he is prejudiced towards sovereign citizens, and he would consistently and constantly overrule Diane during her hearing every time she tried to speak. No one can tell me that this judge wasn't impartial, that he was impartial, because he was partial. He was blinded by his prejudice and held great contempt against Diane Allan and Chase Allan, and wanted to remove Chase Allan because basically he had studied law for 2 years and knew how to explain the case, let his mom try, and they also gave him about 100 documents to explain the laws, but he never looked at it, didn't want to have anything to do with them. So he's guilty too of murder, because he could have gone to the police chief and said, hey, there's laws, they can do this. They can drive without a driver's license and a license plate. 15, I truly hope that you clearly understand that the judicial system in Farmington is corrupt, and Judge John Carl Inowski is not only corrupt and will not allow you a fair trial, but is not impartial. And to everyone that comes into his court will hold his personal prejudices against you, as clearly demonstrated by how he conducted Diane Allan's trial. I hope you will write the bar of Utah to ask for his impeachment and removal from the bench and to be disbarred. He's a piece of crap, is what he is. And I don't like the way he talked to Diane Allan. If he would have talked to my wife, I would have slapped the hell out of him with the first chance I got to meet him in public. Number 16, know that this was a traffic stop for supposedly no driver's license or license plate. No one should be murdered by the police because of these traffic infractions. Know that Chase Allan was compliant. He was cordial, tried to explain the laws under which he did not have to have a Utah driver's license or vehicle license plate. He presented an ID, his passport, which at the time, because he wasn't listening, because Chase Butcher wasn't listening, told the other 5 police officers standing around that it was a fraudulent passport or ID, which Chase replied, no, but none of the guys that surrounded the car ready to kill him heard that. All they heard is, oh, so you're giving me a fraudulent passport? Which was bull crap. It's a lie. And that caused his murder. That contributed to his murder. And know that he never pulled his gun out, never pointed it at anyone. Know that Chase Allan opened his door and was stepping out when Justin Butcher yelled, gun, 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 and the stupid dumbass sergeant, Taylor Jacobson, rushed in and his body cam is doctored because we should have been able to see a gun, but they purposely manipulated it to look like it went against his shoulder when in fact that was manipulated. They did that on purpose because that's the one camera that would show you that there was a gun pulled out, and there was never a gun pulled out. Finally, you have to ask yourself, why didn't any of the news medias report what I presented to you? Simply put, they are reporting the news only what the police want you to know. They are liars and only tell you what they want to tell you, both the police and the news media. And they are in bed together with the police throughout Utah. The news media is. And they only report what the police throughout Utah tell them what to report. And that our municipal judges are partial and totally believe everything the police tell them. The courts, the news media of Utah are totally corrupt. And when you have a corrupt news media coupled with the police departments and judges, you have tyranny of the worst kind. And we of Utah have this before us right now. This demonstrates it. I'm asking you, I'm begging you to please write that Judge John Carl Inchowski is disbarred, and that those of the Farmington Police Department involved in the shooting, Chase Allan, to include Chief Eric Johnson, are all arrested, prosecuted, and found guilty of murder in the first degree. And demand that the FBI, other than in the state of Utah, take over the murder investigation of Chase Allan. And finally, that all those currently involved in the internal affairs investigation be removed from law enforcement and permanently from law enforcement for allowing the tampering of the body cams of the Farmington Police Department and never telling us, the citizens, or the news media, never telling them, or the news media never having the wherewithal to report it. Please write your government representatives from the governor of Utah, the attorney general, and your legislatures and state senators, as well as your U.S. congresspersons and U.S. senators. Our personal freedom under the Constitution, they are being taken away from us because of the uneducated police, the false and omitted facts not being reported by our news media, and our elected government officials and federal officials turning a blind eye from the people and our God-given rights. They're all culpable. We have tyranny among us. We have corrupt judge, especially this John Carl guy from Farmington that runs the municipal court down there, is a total idiot. He is stupider than dirt. He has no business judging us as people. And again, all these facts weren't even addressed by the news media. You can't believe what the news tells you. They're corrupt. They're no good. And we got to voice our feelings towards the news medias. We got to go picket them and tell them that they need to start towing the line and reporting the news as it's supposed to be, and not licking the boots of police officers or judges. That they're there as the eyes and ears for us to tell us what's going on and truthfully report what is going on. But they didn't report these facts, and they're all true. And I'm alleging everything that I said about the individuals that are involved. I really feel this was a conspiracy to murder Chase Allan and go after the family. That's what happened. And the worst of all is Justin Butcher, Eric Johnson, and Kyle Carey. They're the main ones for first-degree murder. Thank you for your time, and God bless you.